Alright, so today's topic is OSGi Basics, and we are going to have another session later on for OSGi Advanced. So we are going to cover what is and why OSGi, and we'll take a look at OSGi Architecture, and then we are going to do some, let's say, the actual work. So we are going to start the OSGi runtime using Apache Felix, and then we are going to see how we can actually build bundle, and then we are going to install and starting a bundle, and then we are going to take a look at the concept of services. So what is and why OSGi? So OSGi you can think of is as a module system. So Java doesn't provide a module system as of yet. It will be provided as part of the JDK 8. So OSGi you can think of as a set of specification that defines dynamic component system, or you can call it module system for Java. So basically it enables development model where applications are dynamically composed of many different components. So and it enables components to hide the implementations from other components while communicating with the services, which are again objects that are specifically shared between components. We're going to actually talk about these concepts later on. So as you will see later on in OSGi, a bundle can specify what it wants to export, and the only thing that is exported from that bundle is visible to the outside world. And it's a very simple model for building software application development, and you can actually build any software, any Java software using OSGi. So the motivation of OSGi is, again, Java didn't really provide this component model or module system. So the OSGi is the first technology that actually succeeded in a component model or module system that solved the problems in the real software development environment. So adopters of OSGi has been around for quite a while. They actually see a lot of complexity is reduced in terms of their development of application and deployment of the application and testing of their application. It has a pretty far-reaching effect. So there are actually many applications out there that are actually built on the top of OSGi, and the major examples are, for example, Eclipse is built on OSGi, Glassfish is built on OSGi, and pretty much all the servers out there, in fact, in the form of OSGi model. So why OSGi? Is a little bit of repeat of what I said, because JVM, Java didn't really provide dynamic module system. So, it doesn't let you actually start and stop and updating application during runtime. And Java dependencies management is missing. Again, this is something that is, quite a problem in Java space. People call it class path hell. I mean, usage of class path is such crude, and it causes a lot of problems in terms of development and deployment and management of the applications. Okay, moving forward. So open source implementation of OSGi, Eclipse Ignox, and Apache Felix, and Nuffish. All right, so let's take a look at the architecture a little bit. So on the bottom, we have a native operating system, and now we have a JVM. So OSGi runs on the top of JVM. So in JDK moving forward, JDK 8 will provide a module system, and that is actually changing JVM level. So difference between OSGi and JDK 8 module system is that OSGi runs over Java, existing Java, while JDK module system is in fact actually adding module module system at the JVM level. So in OSGi you have execution environment that's we call OSGi runtime, and it has a module layer, and then we have a lifecycle and services, and then basically something that you're going to build is in the form of bundle. Moving forward. So this is an explanation of this OSGi architecture. So bundles are OSGi components. So you are going to build all your components in the form of bundles. The services are also bundles. So bundles which actually have some business logic that could be used by others in the form of services. So service layer connects bundles in dynamic way by offering publish and bind model for plain old Java objects. So we'll see examples of this one later on. Lifecycle, so API for installing and start and stop and update and uninstall bundles. Okay. And the module layer is defining how a bundle can import and export code. And then we also have a security layer. and then execution environment, that's actually runtime. All right, so let's move on. We're going to get our hands dirty from now on. So starting OSGi runtime. So basically, you are going to download your OSGi package, and then you're going to actually start it like this. So in this case, I'm using Felix. So you're going to start java -jar bin and felix.jar, and then you can also see the help screen. So let's start that first. So here I have on the top Felix. So here we are going to say java jar, and there is a Felix jar file on the bin directory. So you're going to say the bin and Felix jar. And now you are running inside Felix, the OSGi runtime. So at this point you can say help, and you should be able to see all the help message. Oh, okay. So it's actually running an application right now. So, actually, I'm gonna think. Okay. So, I'm gonna say LD. This is listing all the the bundles. So I'm gonna just uninstall 18, uninstall 19, and uninstall 8. Okay, so that we can start from scratch. So now if you say LD, you're going to see the basic, the bundles that are provided by Felix runtime. Okay, so moving forward. All right, so bundle. So let's see how you can create a bundle, and let's talk about the concept of bundle first. So bundle, as I said before, is the component, basic component model in OSGi environment. So it's a basic deployment entity. So whether you're building an application or library or whatever, you're going to build it in a form of bundle. So bundle is simply a jar file. So it contains manifest file. It's a meta information about your bundle, and then your Java classes. And if it needs a jar file, it could be embedded, and then whatever resources you want. Okay. So bundle may provide some specific functionality for the user, or it may implement a service. So bundle, as we will see later on, could be a service provider. So that's basically what he's talking about. The bundle can be versioned. In fact, it is always versioned. And bundle, if it needs something else from another bundle, it will specify the dependencies declaratively in the manifest file. So this is a bundle manifest file. Okay, so every bundle has to have a manifest file. So it has a bundle name, symbolic name, and description, and its own version. And important thing is activator. So you are going to implement activator, the class, and it contains a start and stop method. That's what you want to actually provide some business logic. And export package. This is something that you want to export. And import. This is something that you want to import. Okay. All right, so this is explanation of repeat of what I just said in the previous slide. Again, activator indicates the class name to be invoked once a bundle is activated. And again, export package and import package, pretty simple concept. So bundle lifecycle. So bundle could be in the install state, or resolve state, or uninstall state. And once it's in resolve state, it could be started. And the starting is basically until it is started. It is starting state. And once it started, it's in active state. And then it could be stopping state. Usually you're going to see installed, resolved, and active, and uninstalled state. Okay. Well, actually, once installed, you don't see it. Okay, so this is a repeat of what I said. Installed is the bundle has been successfully installed, and then resolved meaning all the Java classes that bundle needs are available. So resolved state is state indicates the bundle is ready to be started. So at that point you can say start. Okay, starting you don't see it that often. The thing is, it is actually intermediate, like the in progress state until bundle is started. Okay. So most of the bundles are pretty small. So when you start it, it gets started right. It changes its state right away. And active. So this is what the bundle is active, okay, and it is running and stopping on an install. So those are kind of obvious state. So how are you going to build your bundle? So basically, you are going to implement bundle activator class, an interface, and then you are going to implement start and stop. So when your bundle gets started, the business logic inside of your start method get executed. When you stop the bundle, then the business logic inside your stop method gets executed. And on both of these methods, you are going to receive a bundle context object. Okay, so class loading. So each bundle has its own class loader. So separate class loader is for each bundle. And so class lookup order is the parent, only for classes from Java, the start package, and then imported class and required bundle and local class path. All right, so let's actually move on to how we can actually build and install and starting a bundle. So very simple steps. You are going to build a bundle by writing activator class. You know, we have seen the code example in a few minutes ago. And then you're going to write manifest file. And then you create a Java file. That's it. And then you are going to start that bundle by installing it and then starting it. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. So this is the shell. So as you have seen, this is the Felix runtime shell. So you should be able to. So if you type help, you can see all the helps here. Important help command is install or stop and stop, start and stop, and things like that. Okay. All right. So the way that you're going to install is that you're going to say install, and then you're going to specify the location of your Java file. And then you can see LB means list of all the bundles. So you can see your bundle has been installed. Okay, and every bundle has a number, then ID. So then you can say start 5, meaning I want to start this bundle number 5, and then it gets started. So at that point, the bundle start method get executed, and that's what you see over here. All right, so let's do our first hands-on lab. Okay, so for those of you who have an access to the hands-on lab, feel free to try it with me. So here, exercise 1, we are going to create. So I'm gonna have another command line window. So I'm going to just copy these things. So I'm going to create OSGi. So the exercise 1 is we are going to do these things manually, and then from exercise 2 we are going to use a Maven plugin. Okay, so things is going to be a lot simpler. So I'm going to create the hello world directory, and then I'm going to create my package on the hello world, and then I'm going to create the my package. So I'm going to go to my package directory. And then I'm going to create the hello activator, the Java file. So I'm going to just copy this code and save it. And then I'm going to create the hello world, the manifest file. Okay, so I'm going to create here. Okay, so I'm going to create the under my package directory. Okay. And I'm going to just copy. Okay. So you can see activator, this is my class, and then version, and I'm importing just the basic framework. Okay, save it. And then I'm going to compile the code. So I'm going to go to hello world. And then I'm going to compile. Okay. In this case, you have to provide the felix.jar file. So I have the felix, home in the root. So I'm going to just copy this guy and compile it. All right. Now I'm going to create a job file. So here I'm creating a job file from, I provide the manifest file, and then I provide my class. Okay, and I'm creating hello world.jar file. So I'm going to create this. Okay, and now I can see if I say there, I created hello world jar file like this. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to install this hello world jar in Felix runtime. Okay, so I'm going to actually go to this one. Oh, not this one. Okay, so I'm going to actually go to the terminal window where I'm running the Felix runtime. So again, if I say LB, there is nothing, right? Now I'm going to install it by providing the location of my jar file. Okay, now the bundle ID is LB. So if I list all the bundles, now I can see my hello simple bundle has been installed. Now it's in install state. Okay, now I'm going to start it. Okay, so you can see it's installed. And now I'm going to start 20. Now it's going to display hello OSGi message because that is what I have in activator class, hello OSGi. Okay, right here. All right, and then I can stop it. So you can see now if I say LB, it is in active state. Okay, now if I stop 20, then it's displaying the business logic. It's actually doing something in the business logic of stop method. So it displays goodbye OSGi, and then if I say LB is in resolve state, now I can uninstall it. Uninstall 20, and then it's uninstalled. So if I LB again, it's gone. All right, pretty simple. Okay, services. A bundle can be a service provider. So services can appear, disappear at runtime in according to a condition. So this is very dynamic behavior. So one service name, you can have multiple providers, and services permit bundles to detect environment, adapt to their behavior. Very dynamic behavior again. So how to implement a service? Basically, service is a Java interface, and service implementation will actually implement the Java interface. Now, the bundles that provide this service will actually register that service to service registry by calling register service. So you get the bundle context object, right? And then you're going to call register service, and then you provide the interface and implementation and some properties. And then that service will be available to all the other bundles. Okay. All right. The OSGi also provides a standard set of services such as logging and a bunch of others. And again, services are specified by Java interfaces, and the bundles can implement. Yeah, so I think we actually talked about that. And client can find these services through the registry. Okay, so we'll see how we are going to do this one. So again, these are OSGi provided standard services: logging, configuration, admin, device access, username. That are in fact bunch. All right, so let's actually try to build dictionary service and the dictionary service client. And now before we do that, we are going to actually do the second exercise, which is actually building the OSGi bundle using Maven. Okay, so I'm going to just move on to the third one because I think we're going to actually exercise that one, as well. So we're going to actually build actually we're going to actually go to the service first. Okay, and then you can come back exercise 3 and 2. So here we are going to actually build a dictionary service. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. So again, we are using Maven now. So go over here. So I'm going to just close this one, and then I'm going to go. Oops. OSGi, and then I'm going to create the dictionary service project by using Maven plugin. So it's going to create the project directory underneath. All right, so project has been created, and then I'm going to create dictionary service, the Java. So now I want the service to be under services package. So I'm going to actually create the new directory. Okay, and then I go to that directory, and then I'm going to create this dictionary service, the Java file. It's hard to actually work with the lower resolution. Okay, let me just see where we are. Okay, I'm not sure what state this one is, so I'm going to just create another terminal window. So I'm going to go to here. Okay, and then I'm going to create dictionary service.java. Okay, and I'm going to copy. So this is Java interface. Okay, so it does have a check word, the interface. Okay, and then I'm going to create activator Java in the root directory, and here I'm going to create activator. You can actually name that class any way you want. I just call it activator.java, and here I'm going to copy this guy. So just to show you the code here, so basically inside the start method is going to register its implementation. So it actually has a dictionary import class implementation, and the name of the interface, and then properties, and we have actually the inner implementation of dictionary import. Okay, so basically what it does is that you just have a dictionary array, and then whenever check word is actually the invoked, it's going to check whether it is actually correct word or not. Very simple logic. Okay, so I save that, and then we are going to modify pom.xml file. So the pom.xml file is in dictionary service. So I'm going to go over there, and then pom.xml file. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this guy. And overwrite this one. And save. So what it does is that here, we are using this Maven bundle plugin, and you can specify export package. So we want to export this service package because that's something that client is going to use. Okay, and this is a bundle symbolic name. We are using artifact as a symbolic name, and then activator class. Okay, all right. So now we are going to go to project directory, and then we are going to actually run Maven install. So it's going to create the jar file. Okay, so basically what it's doing is that it's doing the things that we did manually in the first exercise. Okay, so I'm going to Maven install, and then it's going to create a jar file for me. So the jar file gets created right here. Okay, so jar file has been created, and you can check the manifest MF file also has been created. Okay, with the export package with this. Okay, all right. Now we are going to check whether in fact we have a jar file. So we can say dir and jar file. You can see we have actually created a jar file on the target directory. Okay, so now we are going to actually go to the Felix runtime, and then we are going to install it and start it. Now you can actually use the start. Okay, so when you do start and provide the file name, a jar file, basically it's going to install it and start it. Okay, all right. So in this case, we are not going to actually see anything. So this exact one is actually from exercise 3, in which you can actually implement the event handler. In that case, the event handler is that whenever a service is installed, what a particular service is, well, actually any service get installed, it will just display the message. That's the event handler. But since we have not installed and started that particular bundle, you're not going to see this message. Okay, but we should be able to install the this dictionary service bundle. Okay, so say LD, and now it's active. Okay, all right. Now we can actually do exercise 5, which is actually building service client. Okay, So now we are going to do the same. So we are going to go OSGi project. So again, we go over here. And then we are going to create a bundle that plays the role of the client of dictionary service. Okay. All right. Now we are going to go and then we are going to create the activator.java. And then we are going to create the activator.java. So here we are going to just copy this code. And I'm going to explain the code in a few minutes. So in this code, basically we are using the, we are going to actually get the service from the context object. So it's actually talking to service registry. And so once you got the dictionary service, then you can actually call the method of that service. Okay, so it's going to call check word, and then you can unregister well, actually unget service, meaning you're not going to actually you're not going to use the dictionary service anymore. Okay. All right, so we create that, and then we are going to modify the pom.xml file. So we go to this directory, and I'm going to modify pom.xml file with this. Again, the packaging model is bundle, and here you have to specify the dependency. Okay, so dependency is that the service, right? Okay. The service, the project, and then rest of them is the same. So we are going to, I'm going to just copy this guy, copy, and save them all, paste, and save. All right. And then I go to Windows. And then I run Maven. And it will create a jar file. Okay. And you can check the manifest.mf file that gets created. And you can see it's importing a package. Okay. From the service bundle. Okay. Now you can see the jar file has been created. Now we are going to install it. Okay. So now we are going to install the client. Okay. Okay, good. This seems to be good. So I go to the Felix and install it. So now it's bundle 22. Now you're going to start. So if you see, the 22 is not started. So I'm going to start it. So if I say start 19, okay, 22. Now it's actually asking me to enter a word. So if I say OSGi, it's going to use that word to check with the dictionary service. Okay. If I say XXX, and then it's incorrect. Okay. And if you actually say blank line, it's stop there. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it. And I hope you get the sense of what the OSGi is all about. Unfortunately, I do not have time for taking the questions. If you feel to ask questions, please feel to send the questions to the class alias, and I'll address it. I have to actually start another webinar in 20 minutes, and I have to do some preparation. So feel free to join JSF 2.0 with the JLabel, and we actually invited JSF Ninja, Kitoman. So if you want to participate in the webinar, you're welcome to participate in 20 minutes. Okay. Again, I apologize actually being late and rushing a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, bye.